There are moments in history when a nation must look into the mirror to ask itself a very simple and terrifying question. Who have we become? At a time when artificial intelligence is writing stories, driving vehicles, diagnosing diseases, and shaping economies, Nigeria is confronting a different kind of test. Bandits are hosting giveaways on social media. Generals are being killed as though their lives carry no symbolic weight. Terrorists reported to have repented are accused of returning to the battlefield, and while we dream of the future, we remain haunted by the questions of justice, loyalty, truth, and national purpose. Technology may change the tools of civilization, but character still remains what determines the direction. And the question is today, what version of Nigeria will arrive at the future? On that note, let me welcome you to The Beam, where curiosity stirs conversations taking us a step further into the future that we desire. Here we bring you the issues that matter, the voices that challenge, and the insights that inspire. I'm Sunes Nathaniel, and today we are looking at building the society we deserve in the age of artificial intelligence. We'll take you on the spotlight, and when we return, this very important conversation will continue.
For many young Nigerians, technology is no longer just about using devices. It is becoming a tool for creating solutions. This is the focus of the Tech Bridge Innovation Showcase, organized by the Induced Tech Foundation in Abuja. The event brings together students, educators, and technology stakeholders to exhibit projects developed by secondary school students.
Your age mates and who are your age brackets?
Organizers say the initiative is aimed at encouraging innovation, critical thinking, and digital skills among young people.
So what Inspired Tech Bridge is the new curriculum that the Minister for Education has released, and we see that gap in secondary school students when it comes to digital literacy and everything around digital education. So we are trying to bridge this gap by introducing these courses that also inspire students to be innovative, to think like not just as consumers, but as developers. This is what inspired us to do this program.
Among the highlights were students-led projects addressing everyday challenges through technology. Participants say the experience has changed how they view learning and problem solving.
It means a lot to me, like it's exposed me more to technology and how to gain access to technology and how to make money from technologies.
The upcoming generation should be taught on how to better understand AI, so we can help Nigeria become a great country. Innovation.
As conversations around digital skills and innovation continue to grow, initiatives such as this are creating spaces for young Nigerians to move from learning technology to building with it.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is The Beam, and today we are trying to figure out how we can build the society that we deserve in the age of AI. Joining me now is Dr. Ndubisi Nwokolo, Security Strategist and Chief Executive of Next Year XPD. Dr. Nwokolo, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Sinis. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, it was very important that we brought you back because this is a very important discussion, especially as we move further into the digital age, the AI age, heading towards a very important election. And so let's just begin with the bigger question, the most important question right now. It's for me, when you look at Nigeria today, it's politics, the security, the society in general, the economy, our social values. Are we building that society that we truly deserve to be living in today?
If I want to be very honest, I'm going to say no. I will say no because there seems to be this gulf, this gully, no matter how you want to describe it, between state and society. In countries where things like this work, state and society pull in the same direction. I mean, the intro that we have from you, as well as the clip we showed on the young people, in countries where things are done in an organized manner, the state and society pull in the same direction. Most times you see the state pulling the society in the way it should go. But that's not where we are. We are in an era, or we're in a country where people are pulling from different directions, especially where government in power or governments in power. Here, I'm not referring to a particular government, but I'm referring to any government in power, including the opposition in power, pulls from all directions. So you find out that state building becomes an issue, and that's what you see today. So I'm tempted to say that Nigeria is a state in disarray, but I may not be far away from that, in the sense that the state and society are not pulling in the same direction. So that's where you have a situation where even morality is an issue, economy is an issue, security is an issue, politics is an issue. So even if you want to look at issue of insecurity, I mean, in most countries, when they suffer the kind of instability that we suffer, you see the political class pull in the same direction. Cast your mind to what happened to America in September 11, 2001. The Democratic Party, or Democrats, did not blame the Republicans for what has happened, but they rallied around to work with the Republicans because for them, it's about the American state. The survival of the state is more than even the survival of the government in power. And that's how it works. But we have a situation where it's not about the survival of the state. It's about the survival of the regime in power. So what Nigeria suffers today can be traced back to 20 years ago, or even more. If you go back to 1999, when this democratic dispensation commenced, you could see it. Now go back to the period when we started experiencing terrorism in the country. At the time the Chibok girls were kidnapped, what did the opposition do? They never supported the government in power. To them, it was about finding a way to get the government in power out of the power without helping the Nigerian state to solve the problem. Today, that opposition is the one in government. Those ones who are in power today, then, are the ones in the opposition. What are they doing? To run this government down without helping them to solve the problem. So it's not about the Nigerian state. It's about who gets power, how and when, and how you utilize it. At the detriment of the society that the government is supposed to be a caretaker for the state, on behalf of the state. So that's what you're saying. So we are not pulling in the same direction.
So we have a state in which those who are in the political class, those who want to be in power, do not care about the state itself, do not care about the masses in the true sense. What they care about is the ambition of getting into power, not about the growth of the nation, where it's going to.
Fantastic.
It's good you brought in security because it takes me to my next question. We had a situation in which we had bandits operating social media live. We've been asking the question of how is it that they have data, they have access to the internet, they are everywhere on social media and we can still trace them. That's behind. We go further now to the fact that they were doing giveaways and people are sending their accounts and people are saying, hey, please send us money. And people, I mean, these are the masses and the people asking the bandits and the criminals for arms and, help and everything. And then the question for me will become, when criminality begins to seek public legitimacy, what does it say about the state?
So let me ask you a question. What's the difference between people asking giveaway from bandits with that of people taking money to vote in an election? What's the difference?
It all still doesn't work for the state.
It's still about the same thing. It's almost like 6.5 a dozen, right? So if somebody who is standing in a line and the politician walks up to him or her and say, take 10,000 and vote against your conscience, he or she does that. When you go outside and ask the person, why did you collect the money to vote? What she's going to tell you is that I don't know when these guys are going to return back to me. I better get what I need to get now. We have this political economy theory or political science theory called the moral economy justification. That is when you try to justify that which is wrong, using a pattern to show that you have no choice, or the choice you've just made is the choice you will make because it's against you. That's the moral economy theory. Now flip that on the other side to somebody who is saying, bandits, give away. After all, it's our money. And that's what some of them were saying. So let me get some from them, right? After all, they took it from us. Whether it's good or bad, they are trying to use that moral economy argument to justify it, right? So, and you saw how I started this by talking about the society, the state and society
pulling
in one direction. So you have a state where the state is pulling in one direction via the government, and the society is pulling on the other direction. So that's what you see. We live in a country where you can't justify any wrong thing using whatever thing. And most times, if you close your eyes, you might say, maybe this person is right. It's not that he's right. It's not that she's right. But the issue is that because it does touch him or her in an area that she can justify that wrong, she morally wants to justify it. So that's what you're saying.
So again, we're still on this security issue. I mean, it's dawn in the way you're saying. It's dawn, certain realities begin to dawn in the way we start to move as a nation, as a people. You have General Rabi who's just killed. You have generals before him, you know, men of valor who have been, you know, they've been lost to this fray. And we begin to ask the question. The fear is, if these guys who are powerful, these guys who have fought battles, these guys who are at the front, if they continue to fall like this, what then is the hope for the masses? Where do we go from here?
So if you try to look at theories of the state, right? If you look at the theories of a state or try to define what a state is, either from what we define as the bourgeois conceptualization or bourgeois perspective, one of the things they will tell you about a state is that the state controls the violence of, you know,
Prof, just hold that thought. Yeah. Let's go on a break right now. And when we come back, we'll start from that point because we want to know, when authorities get vulnerable, where do the people turn to? Don't go away. The bin will be right back.